so many whatnots. I'm Willow and I'm a quilter from Pennsylvania, and this is my channel where I talk about all things sewing and quilting. Thank you so much for returning, and if you're new here, thank you for showing up. Wow, guys, this is my fourth video and it's been 2 weeks. This is week 3, and wow, there's over 200 of you subscribed right now. There are 200 people that wanted to watch me talk about quilting. That is so cool. Thank you so much. I've been reading all the comments and trying to reply to all that I can. And I see there's people from all over the world. One from Pennsylvania, hi. And a couple from Australia, the United Kingdom, Canada. And guys, I am so grateful for all of you, everybody who subscribed and liked my videos and commented. And I just thank you so much. I started this channel just to find a few friends who are into the same things I am, quilting, the occasional other sewing type projects. I've made bags in the past, stuff like that. I did not expect to get over 200 friends. I thought maybe 10 or 20 people might subscribe in the next 5 months. So, wow, I just, thank you so much. I am so appreciative and so grateful for you guys. It's so nice to have people to share my projects with, because a lot of my friends aren't into quilting or sewing. And actually, I think I have literally one friend who sews. She just started sewing, which is so cool. And she's been sending me photos of her bag that she's sewing, and that's so cool. But otherwise, I don't really know anyone who sews. So cool. This is so cool. Yeah, wow. It's awesome. I would really love to see all your projects. So I'll have to figure out how to make that happen. Maybe over on my Instagram, because I know you can post photos there. So yeah, head over to Instagram and post some photos under one of my photos so I can see what you're working on too. So that's so cool. Okay, you guys are awesome. So I just have a couple updates. First off, we're all sick. My happy little gremlins brought home colds from school or sports or somewhere. And so we all have little head colds. So yeah, that's fun. My oldest son, he got an offer to play lacrosse at a small private college this weekend. He went and visited. So that's really cool. I'm really proud of him. And my dad finished the flooring in my house. So I'll have a lot more time to sew now. So that's pretty cool too. I actually did a lot of sewing while he was working on the floor, just to be on the same level, in case he needed help with anything. So yeah. But as far as that's pretty much all I have for updates, is just some little tiny cool things that's going on in our lives here in Pennsylvania. So I'm going to move on to acquisitions and things I got, and I say "and" a lot, don't I? And and those are my words. When I read books, there's always, every author has that one word they use over and over again. And I always pick up on that. By the end of the book, I know this author's word, or this author's word for this specific book. And it's always one word they just repeat over and over. So anyways, those are my words. And although I think is a lot of people's word sound. Anyways, I am just in a really happy mood today because you guys are watching my video. So, okay. The first thing I talked about really briefly last week is the Garden Friends embroidery kit. I had said that I had ordered this, and it came, and I opened it up and started working on it because I couldn't wait. So, two things are with this. First, I got the embroidery kit, and then I got the quilt kit. And so these go together, but you don't have to buy both of them. You could buy just the quilt kit and make just the quilt, or you could buy just the embroidery kit and use it on your own fabric. This is something fun for me. This is not a gift. I have no plans for it. No deadlines, nothing like that. So, now I already opened this, but it came with a pattern. It came with, let me put the box down here. Okay. So, it came with all the 10-inch squares in 3 colors. I should show you the pattern before, it's hard to see. I have this like really glaring light coming in the window. So I apologize for that, but it is what it is. So the yellow, it's not coming through great. It's actually a really nice gold. But because of the light, it's just not coming through all that great. And then a little bit of a darker linen. And then we have a light linen. And that one still, it's a little more beige than it's coming through on the screen. And that is a quilt's worth, a big chunk. Okay, then I'm just going at this backwards. Let's see here. Okay, sorry about that. I got cut off. I touched my keyboard. I should move that. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so I was trying to say that I think this is the binding fabric, which is the same color as one of the squares. And so I'm not sure how much of that is here. I'm sure it says somewhere. So there is that. And then it comes with a template, and you'll understand this in a minute. And then it comes with a pattern, and look how cute that is. They're all little embroidered hexagons, and it's so cute. So I'm not going to show you the pattern because of copyright issues and everything. But I will show you a couple options of how you can make it. So there's one. Scattered. I think this is the one I'm going to do. I just love that one. And then they also have like this color, and I think they still have kits. I think you can order the kit in either the yellow or the denim. And I really like the denim too. But I really like the yellow. And I couldn't get both, so I had to choose. So there's the pattern for that. And that is what came in that for the quilt kit. Now, you get a pattern in both. So I actually have 2 patterns. But that's okay. I tend to lose things. So next up, I'm gonna show you the embroidery kit. And that is this. It comes in this cute tin. And you guys already know how I like my boxes and my baskets, and I like tins too. I like to put things in things. I like containers. Okay. So now I've already started working on this. So bear with me. But inside, you get all the different threads. Let's see. And this is from, I ordered this from Missouri Star. Not sponsored. I don't earn a commission or anything from this. I just love it. Okay, so in here, there's all the thread. And then you have the peel and stitch wash away sheets. And there's a whole stack of those. I'll just show you one real quick. And with these, what you're supposed to do is literally, and I'm not going to show you how to do this because I'm saving mine to reuse. But what you would do is peel it off, put it on here, and then literally just embroider over top of this, like through it. And then you put it in some water and it washes off. And it's pretty cool. It's a great idea. I love that idea. But I want to reuse mine, so I'm not doing that, but I will show you what I'm doing later. So there's a ton, all different ones. So you can pick and choose, or you can do it like the pattern says. Then, let's see, I have this turned to what I'm using right now. These are the instruction cards. And these give instructions. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to show on YouTube as far as like what these are. But they're all this size. And they give you instructions on different stitches and well, I'll just use the example on the front. So it'll have a card with this on it, and it'll tell you what stitches to do, what colors to use, and all that. And then, of course, individual stitches. I think you get, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's instructions for 10 different stitches on these cards also. I usually just use YouTube. Frankly, I think it's easier. There's a lot of shorts out there, a lot of tutorials. The instruction cards are great if you don't have access, but YouTube has taught me so much. When I was a knitter, YouTube taught me how to knit, basically. So, okay, so then it has a little thing of notions, and I've already taken some out. So you open that up, and it has, there were 2 needles in this. There's a needle threader, which I don't use. I'll put the scissors back in. It had scissors in it. And there's the other needle and the needle minder right there. And so it basically gives you everything you need to embroider, which is, it's great. And you can keep it all in this little tin. So I'm just gonna mix things up here. Since I already have all this out, I have one finished. And this is my only finished item for the week. And it's not even finished because it's going to be a whole quilt, but it is a finished piece. So I'm gonna call it a finished object. I did a couple things different on this one. Let me see. I have it written down. Okay, so on the leaves, these little leaves, I did a leaf stitch instead of satin stitch. And satin stitch is just, it's just filling it in. Kind of like this, in a way. But I find my satin stitch, let's see here. Okay, so this blue, oh, that's not gonna focus today, is it? the blue and the black are both, yeah, you cannot see that. They're both satin stitch with a, oh no, my brain just quit. I outlined it with, oh my goodness, what's it called? Now I have to look at those cards. Oh my goodness. Okay. I outlined it with stem stitch and then I filled it in with satin stitch because I cannot get my satin stitch to line up right. I just can't get that smooth edge, you know? If you embroider, you probably know what I'm talking about. And yeah, so I outlined it and then I filled it in. And then for the leaves, I did the leaf stitch. So, I mean, that is just super cute. And these are all over that quilt. So it's going to take me a long time. This is a project I'll just pull out when I feel like doing something other than sewing, like piecing or using my machine or, you know, hand quilting. This week, I didn't get a ton of any kind of hand sewing or quilting done because my hands were just sore. So I did a lot on the machine. And then I did these little ones. See, I already started another one too. And so what I did with these, because I didn't want to lose the patterns. So you peel them on, you stick them on, and then you wash it off. And so you lose it. And so what I did, I have a little tiny little light for, you know, cameras and stuff that I don't use. And I used it as a light box. Anyway, so I took one of these, I put it behind there. And if you have a light box, it's so much easier. I used to have one and I do not anymore. But then you just turn the light on, put it behind there. Yeah, it's really hard to see on the computer, isn't it? Wow. I feel like everything's difficult to see today. Well, you get the point. You can see it better without the light, actually. And then you just trace over it with a pencil. Oh, see, that's really bright here, but not for you guys. You can also put it up to a window and you'll be able to see it through the window to trace over. And you don't have to get too intricate, you know, because you can look at it while you're doing it, obviously. But if you get the main lines down, and then you can reuse them, which I think is a great way to make multiple quilts. I mean, you could buy a new kit every time, but things do get discontinued, you know, so in 10 years when it's discontinued and I want to make another one, I have it. I hope that's okay, but that's what I'm doing. So, okay. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about on this. I'm kind of going out of order because this is an in progress, but it's also an acquisition, but I also have another acquisition and more stuff in progress. So a little out of order today. There's the back of mine, by the way. I like a nice neat background, like back. And so I cut my knots really short and stuff. But I love this little needle minder. They're so cute. I do have another one I think I showed in one of my videos. I'll just take it off of my little case, and it's the little sunbonnet. The sunbonnet one. I don't use that one much, just because of where it is in my little thing, my box. Okay, so I think that's all about that. And one more thing, You'll see this little desk behind me. It's not a desk, actually. Check it out. Don't mind my chairs. Look at that. How cool. Oh, okay. Let's see if I get this right. So, I had mentioned last week, can't get it back to where it was. I mentioned last week that my sister-in-law's mom moved and gave me a few items of furniture. And the Singer sewing table was one. And I am using it. I'm not using it properly because I don't have the sewing machine to it. And my machine doesn't fit inside, you know, where the machine goes. But I did put my machine on top of it, on top of a mat. And I love it. It's perfect. So I'm so excited about that. Coffee. Because coffee. All right, next up, I do not have any updates on my bear paw. I have no progress, but I do have a thing to share with you at the end of the video on that. The puff quilt, like I said, I did a lot of sewing on the machine this week. So I'm out of baskets, but I have another bin. I think this is a Target bin, but it is full of my puff quilt. So what I have all of the squares cut. Those are the 4.5 inch squares. And then I have 5 left of the 10. So I have gotten, these are the 5 inch squares. So this is what I have left to sew. And these are the squares I have done. So there's about, what is it? There's 42 in a pack, and I took out 2 of each. So 200 squares I got done this week, which is I guess it's a lot, but it's also machine. So is it really a lot? It's just a few hours of work, but I think he's really gonna love this. This is for my youngest son, and he wanted blue. And we went online and he picked out the color. And so, wow, that is a lot. Super exciting. So I can't wait to put that together. I'm probably going to get a bit done on this week. I may dedicate one day just to finish all the squares, and I might not, but it sounds like a really good idea, right? So I would like to finish that before Christmas, but it's not a gift. He knows he's getting it. But so we'll see. That does not have a deadline, but it would be nice to finish it soon, and where it's a machine quilt and it doesn't need quilted per se when it's done. I might be able to work that in. Now I will tie it. I'm going to put ties on it, and that will be a little time consuming, but not nearly as time consuming as quilting. So that is the puff quilt. Let's see here, the Georgetown. Okay. Georgetown. My hands really hurt this week, even with my gloves. Let's grab this thing. I did not get very far. Where's the bottom? Okay. Can you see that? I am on the second row of out of 5 rows. So I got barely anything done on that. Maybe 8 or 10, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 8 arcs done in a whole week. I need to do like 8 a day to get this thing done. So, guys, I'm just not sure if it's gonna happen in time for Christmas, but I'm still trying. It was a week. So, Georgetown, you poor thing. You need finished. By the time I'm done with this quilt, I will want to get rid of it because I will be tired of it. But I love that quilt. I do love it. It will be hard to give away. And it will also be easy to give away. And if you have hand quilted an entire quilt, you know what I mean. I love hand quilting. But I need like to switch it up. And I don't have time to switch it up right now. So let's see what else I have. That's kind of all I have on progress. Like I said, it was a, oh no. I wanted to say I switched the pencil on the Georgetown quilt. And the reason being is on the template I got with the pens I use, it just barely fits through there, and I could not get it to mark on the quilt. And I think it's just the layers, it's too puffy. So I think if I were to use this pen with this template, I would have to mark the quilt before I sandwich it. My computer is really acting up. I'm not sure what's happening here. Guys, I am having some crazy issues today, okay? I have tried to record this like 3 times now. I keep running out of space on my computer, and I have the space in the cloud, but oh my goodness, I'm having a day. So anyways, hopefully this works this time. Oh goodness. Okay, so I'm going to continue in the hopes that this works. So I was talking about the Baptist fan template I got, Jen Kingwell Designs, and how the friction pens just don't really work well with it when your quilt is sandwiched. So I was saying how I moved to pencils, and this one works the best, and it's about half size now, the one that I used to mark it, because I keep breaking the tips. I went through so much lead trying the mechanical. This works the best. So I actually heard somewhere, I think on a Facebook group, that that some people use pencil and it works just fine. It washes out with the first wash, and you know, a lot of people seem to not have problems with it. I've never used pencil, so here we go. It's a little lighter than I would like, but it is working really well, so I'm gonna continue to use pencil, and we'll go from there and see what happens. But so far it's working great, and I'm not being worried about it you know, staining or not coming out of the fabric, because yeah. So anyways, let's move on. Boy, I really hope I have enough space to record this, because we're gonna open a box together. I was expecting this to come on Thursday, and it came about an hour before I started recording, so it is super early. Now, this is a kit I ordered from Fat Quarter Shop. And it is a gift, so I can't say a lot about who it's for. Or, you know, when it needs to be finished by. All I can say is I will be machine piecing this, and it might have to go off to a long armor or get big stitch quilted. I don't do a lot of big stitch quilting. It's not my favorite, but with the Georgetown quilt, I do not have time to attempt to get the Georgetown done and get this done in time for when it needs to be done by. Boy, I think I've said too much. I hope the recipient is not watching this. I do not believe they are. I don't even think they know I have a channel. So, all right. So this came in the mail. So it's still in the UPS box. So let's open this. It's so much fun to open stuff with, you know, people. It took everything I had to wait because I wanted to open it like right away. I'm like, I just have to wait a couple hours, just a few hours, if that. Yeah, so, whew. Let me turn my, so exciting. I wish I had an overhead camera so you guys could like see what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. So excited. I'm excited. Woo! Oh my goodness, so pretty. So pretty. Okay. So the first thing I got, which you guys kind of saw coming, I hope I don't knock this stuff off. I got the pink one. Okay. So I'm going to use this one for the Garden Friends embroidery. Just like as a little on the go thing. So that's what I'm going to do with that. I'm so excited about this. I did say I was probably going to get the pink one, right? Oh, that's so cute. Yes. So there's that. Oh, look at that. That's just so adorable. I love it. I have them both now. A little matching set. Okay. I'm way too excited about little things. But they're so much fun. They're so happy. Okay, this is so exciting. All right, first off, I got the book. This is Family Favorites by Sherry McConnell and Chelsea Stratton. And that's the quilt I'm making. And oh goodness, this has, it doesn't say how many. Okay, well, it does have 12-inch blocks and sampler. So it looks like 5 different blocks and then how to put the quilt together. 16-inch blocks and sampler. 18-inch blocks and sampler. 24-inch blocks and sampler. Pillows and pin cushions. So, okay, I see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 Brightly Sampler quilt, Sunshine Sampler quilt, Saltwater Sampler quilt, Kind-Hearted Sampler quilt, and then 3 pillows and 3 pin cushions. Oh, I cannot wait to look through this. Woo. Yay. There's too many ideas. I'll probably end up making another one out of this, but oh, look how cute that is. I'm so excited to make that. Okay, let me put that back there. Then I got the backing kit because look at that. Super cute. I'm really excited for this quilt. Like super excited. Oh, and here is, let me get rid of this box. Okay, and here's the fabric kit. So let's just open it up. Maybe. Okay. Very cool. Oh, that is so cute. So cute. Oh my goodness. No, that is not coming off well, is it? Let's get some scissors. Okay. Oh, wow. They're so pretty. And there's so many different ones. Wow. Look at those. These are nice and bright. I mean, super bright. Really, really pretty. I want to open them all up and show you. Okay. They obviously did this to make it look really pretty, which it does. Right when you open it up, gorgeous. Okay. That one, beautiful. I love showing these because they're so cute and they're so bright. Here is 4. Oops. I'm just throwing these out. I'll organize them later. They are gorgeous. Ah. Gifting is so difficult because I want to keep them all. But I have enough quilts. I don't need any more. And I have enough in the works for myself. Oh, wow. These are beautiful. These are beautiful. Oh, wow. Okay. And then there is a whole nother stack. Let's see. I can go through these a little quicker. Trying to think what this collection is called. Is it Laguna Sunrise? I have, let me look real quick. Saltwater Sampler fabric kit featuring Laguna Sunrise. Okay, so it is Laguna Sunrise. They have another one that looks similar. I mean, there are just so many different prints here. Oh, I love that color there. And they're showing up pretty true to what I have in my hand. Granted, different computers will show different colors. Okay, and then there's a lot of that one. This one. More of this one. I think that's, yep, that's the same as the backing. And then a ton of this, which is it's very shiny. Oh, there. I think you can kind of see the pattern. It's very shiny. I love it. Okay. So that's a lot of fabric. That is going to be so much fun to make, guys. So much fun. Okay, guys. I have been trying my best to get to all the questions and comments that you have left on the 3 videos that I have done. So I just wanted to go through and just read some of them and answer some of them on here. So eventually I would like to do maybe a monthly question and answer session or something like that. But for now, I think I can squeeze it in. So I'm just going to go through a few of them. Okay, from Margot McIntosh regarding the bear paw options from last week's vlog. Margot says, I like them both as well, but I think I would do the same sashing in each mixed paw block. Each block is different backgrounds, but the same sashing in each one. In the end, either way will look awesome. I love the bear paw block and it is on my list to try. So glad to have found you. I'm a quilter from Ontario, Canada. Margot, hi, thank you so much. I saw quite a few people leave opinions on the bear paw, and so I did a mock-up. And I actually really like your suggestion. So that is the bear paw with all the same sashing. Now, when I do it this way, I don't care for this one as much, but I don't have much of it anyway. The other thing is I only have 4 different backgrounds. So if I do it this way, which I might, I'm not too fond of having the same inner sashing as the little blocks have. So what I would do is maybe put, 3 different ones, and not have them kind of blend like that. So that is the only thing I didn't like about that idea, but I think it's a wonderful idea and I really, really like it. I think it just looked, it looks a little less, I don't want to say less scrappy because it's still scrappy. Maybe cleaner. I'm not sure. I don't know what word to use there, but I think this might be my favorite. So thank you, Margot, so much for that suggestion. I just love the idea. So I am still going to sit on this a little while because now I have 3 options to try. And decide what I want to do with it. But I absolutely love it like this. And I think a lot of other people are going to really like it like this way, like this too. So the next one, ooh, I bumped my computer. Okay. Lorraine McGo, McGo, I think it's McGo. I'm sorry, I'm not great with pronouncing last names, so I'm probably going to mess up a lot of them. Lorraine said regarding my first vlog, the quilt hanging on the wall. Okay. So glad I found your channel. Beautiful quilts that you have made and some you are working on. I too am an introvert. Yay. I found my people. I too am an introvert, so I can relate to you. Especially love the quilt behind you, love the colors, and that is my favorite fabrics to sew with. Do you mind sharing the size of the blocks in the quilt behind you? Looking forward to watching more of your videos. Yes, Lorraine. Okay, so those are 3.5 inches finished. So I'm, that would be what, 4 inches unfinished? And it's just a mix of, the pinwheels and hourglasses. And I think an easier way to make that quilt would be to make 4 patches instead of the single. I don't have it up here right now. But you have like 2 hourglasses and 2 pinwheels and make them into a 4 patch. It would probably be a lot easier to sew together. I did them all single in strips, so it was a lot. I looked for the pattern and I couldn't find it. Now, I made that one quite some time ago. Oh, years and years. It was in Nebraska that I started that one. And I was really into like the primitive fabrics back then. And I found that on Pinterest. And I went back on Pinterest and I found it again, but I could not find a pattern. So my apologies that I don't have a link. But if you're a seasoned quilter, it's not a difficult one to put together, you know. If you need any more information, just leave me a comment and I can try to help you out with that. So thank you so much for that. Okay, the next one was about my first vlog, Wanda McPherson. Let it snow is beautiful. You are a quilt artist. You must quilt all day. First off, thank you. That was a kit, so I'm not really an artist. Everything was, pre-picked for me. But thank you. Thank you so much for your comment. I love that. You must quilt all day. I definitely have quilted all day. I have sewn all day. I don't usually though, but with my issues, sometimes I have a couch day. I have a lot of couch days where I'm just too tired or, flare-ups. Graves is so much fun. It's just this constant fluctuation up and down. So yeah, I have days where I quilt all day, and when I'm feeling good, I don't. So, thank you for your comment. I would love to quilt all day, every day, though. Seriously, wouldn't that be awesome? Okay. Granny B. Oh, Granny. Granny says, is this just a talk channel? I like to see sewing. Talk is cheap. Oh, Granny. I like you already. Yes, I will have some sewing tutorials. I'm not sure when. Since we're all sick this week, I'm kind of I probably won't get one up this week, but we'll just see how the week goes. I either will or I won't. But in the future, yes. But every Monday I just have a vlog and I share my progress and updates and just, I talk. Those are titled Quilting Vlog. So if you don't like listening to me chat, that's it. That's okay. You can skip those. I just got started YouTubing, so I don't really have a whole variety up yet. But when I do have sewing videos, I would just maybe check back in a month or so and see if there's something up here you like. And if not, that's okay. My channel won't be for everyone, and other people's channels aren't all for me, so I appreciate you stopping by, and thank you for leaving that comment. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, Margot again. The silk finish in the Metler is simply the way it was made to have a satiny, smooth finish, I believe. And that was about thread I was using in my second vlog video. Okay, so I put little notes here, things I wanted to say in reply. Thank you for that information. And I was saying how I really prefer to use all natural fibers, and I really like 100% cotton, but I'll use wool. I have absolutely used synthetic fibers. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just what I prefer is cotton. And I was saying how it says 100% cotton, but it had a silk finish. So that's where that comment came from. And so that's okay. I mean, it's nice to know, what the fibers are, but even if it has a little bit of silk in it, it's still all natural. So I'm happy with that. Okay. Paula Dematier. Paula says, I've had dark friction pens leave a white mark on dark fabrics when ironed off. Such good advice to test. I do a lot of machine piecing and quilting, but I love handwork too. In fact, I'm basting some EPP while watching your videos. Okay, so this one, I had talked about the friction pens leaving a yellow mark on some light fabrics, and that's these pens here. And so what Paula is saying is she's had it leave marks on even the dark fabrics, not just the light fabrics. So yeah, always test your markers and pens and, you know, anything you're going to use on your final quilt. It's one thing to use them and have them leave a mark on like your piecing, but you know, because you're not ever going to see that. But then, you know, your final quilt top, oh, all that work, and then you have like these marks on it that would be so disappointing. So yeah. EPP, English paper piecing, in case you don't know, I show some in vlog number 2. And let's see. Oh, so I really like to watch quilting videos when I'm working on piecing or quilting too. So I did want to make a quick note that I think a lot of you probably are doing that while watching my videos. So I wanted to share too that I really enjoy watching also. And I do not know either one of these ladies, but I really enjoy them. And the first one is called From Small Things. And she is a scrap quilter who also lives in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure exactly where she lives, but from the sounds of it, I think she's probably within an hour from me. So that's really cool. And she's very down to earth, and she's really great to watch, and she loves cats. So of course, you know, cats, because cats are happy. And then I also like Stitch with Rachel, and she does a lot of English paper piecing, and she's from the UK. And she does some of that Alice Caroline, the Liberty quilts. And if you know anything about Liberty quilts, Liberty is a brand of fabric, and they're from the UK, and it's really expensive, like super expensive. And so it's kind of like a dream to make a Liberty quilt. And Alice Caroline has just gorgeous quilts, and so I hope to make one of those someday. So I watch Rachel and just like kind of dream about the Alice Caroline. And then the one more that I like to watch is called The Last Homely House, and she, I believe, is also from the UK, and she does a lot of English paper piecing. Actually, I think I learned how to English paper piece from her videos. And it's her and I want to say her daughter-in-law is sometimes in the videos too. So yeah, those are 3 I really enjoy watching on YouTube. Okay, next one is from Karen Beresford Snow. Karen Beresford. Okay. Karen says, excited for a hand piecing tutorial. I've tried recently, but my final block size is off. Your work is beautiful. I do have that on my list, and I have a list of videos I want to make. And like I said, I'll try to do something this week, but I'm not sure if it'll happen or not. So just keep your eye out, and it's either going to be on hand piecing or hand quilting, because those 2 are ones that I really want to make, but they've also been requested. So it'll be one or the other. But I definitely appreciate the comment, and you know, you guys letting me know what you want to see tutorial wise, so that when I start doing tutorials, I can do something that you guys want to see. And then I'm not doing tutorials that are like completely unnecessary, I guess, you know, like ones that 500 people already have out there. I don't need to do another tutorial, you know? So, yeah, I will definitely do that. A tip I have for that, a lot of people don't mark their 1/4 inch on their pieces. I don't think I have any marks right now on mine, but I do mark that 1/4 inch on where I'm gonna sew, and then even this tiny, I do pin them together. And I would put 2 pins in this little tiny square, and that really helps keep everything to size. So that's a little tip, but I will do my best to get something up soon on that and hand quilting. So thank you so much for letting me know, what you would like to see. Okay, and then Cheryl Markwart said, I don't know what's going on with your volume, but I have to crank the volume to the max to hear you. I really want to watch your videos, but I can't hear you. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I saw this and tried to fix it on my 3rd vlog. So if somebody can let me know if it is fixed, I think it is. I don't use a mic right now. I just use my Mac to record everything, video and the sound and everything. So I think I found a way to fix it in the editing program I use, which is just the iMovie. But if anybody has seen all 3 or 4 now, you just want to let me know if it's fixed, that would be really great. So anyways, I really like sharing your comments and answering your questions. I will try to respond to everybody who leaves a comment, or at least acknowledge that, I've seen your comment. If you leave a comment on the weekends, I am Eastern Standard Time. So today is Monday, November 17th. And I know it's probably a different day in Australia. Time zones. Yeah, my brain can't do all that time zoning right now. So anyways, my weekends, I do not respond. I try to stay off social media. I don't do anything on weekends. So if it takes a couple days to get back to you and you left a message on like Friday, that's just because I'm not on, and I will be back on Monday. So, thank you guys so much. That's all I have for today. I really appreciate you coming back and watching my video, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.